You guys, she is back. The woman who went head to head with Cardi B and got her plus size booty cheeks handed right back to her by Cardi B and the female Thomas Jefferson.
And shut your fat ass up. You eat too much. Just big. Ain't nobody telling you just cause you can eat 10 plates don't mean you need to eat 10 plates. Bum!
And then Samira just ran off the internet, don't you say it? Because Samira, in fact, does run. We know this because she proved it by posting about a 2.5-second clip of her doing it on the internet.
That was actually rather dumb.
So we all know that it's true. But she is back and she is complaining about everything from ripping clothes that don't fit her to damn parking meters.
Y'all thought it was just on one parking meter? No. It is on every single parking meter.
It has gotten to the point that even her fat folk friends are saying, Samira, this is just a little too much, even for our fat booty cheeks.
Okay, Samira girl, I love you. I love you, damn. But girl, it's our fault.
You guys, and the booty cheeks can only take so much complaining. But what if I told you that the complaining that Samira is doing, rolling into clothing stores and demanding bigger prices, the rolling into airports demanding free seats to fit her booty cheeks, the ripping clothing that she knows doesn't fit her, but she squeezes into it anyway, is working. She is getting rewarded. Samira is winning. And we have to talk about this. I have no one else to tell. No one's gonna listen to me in my real life except for, well, you and your cutest forehead is right there. So sit down, relax, get a snack. In this world, at least in Samira's world, calories don't count, and the body you have now is the one that you're stuck with. So you might as well eat, what you got there, Samira? 1, 2, 3, 4 to-go plates as your gut hangs out and you complain about nothing fitting you and how it's the world's fault and fat phobia. Got it?
Ain't nobody telling you just cause you can eat 10 plates don't mean you need to eat 10 plates.
As you can see, calories don't count. So let's get into the woman who got canceled by Cardi B, but is back and actually winning at life, has been up to. So after the internet blew up after Samira called out Cardi B pretty much said, F you.
Girl, shut the f up. It's not that serious. What do you want me to do? Get on my knees and apologize? I'm not apologizing for a fucking joke. That it wasn't even about you. What the fuck you going on with yourself? How you feel about yourself, girl? Don't put that on me.
The female Thomas Jefferson also gave her a big F you.
Bum!
Samira left for months and months and people said she'll never come back. And I said, oh yes, she will. Yes, she will. She's gonna come back hard. And her very first post was, heard you missed me. And she runs into the screen. See, I told you she could run. So she poses for about 20 seconds, turns around, shows us her butt, flips her hair. Because everybody missed her.
We didn't.
Who the hell said that?
Yeah, that's what the comments were saying. They got the guy scratching his head, and that's like the backyardigans. But I have to say, they might not have missed you, Samira. But I did. I did. She's great for my job. Those people from Samira's crew have told me that I am only successful on YouTube because fat people have carried me on their backs. And I'm here to tell them that they are right. For years, I've been riding, baby. And mama missed you, Samira. I will be the first of the commentary channels to admit it that Samira, we need you and your butt cheeks.
They said big bad bitch get to the bed.
So many people said after the Cardi B incident that Samira was gonna keep her mouth shut. She's not gonna come back. Honey, her mouth is bigger and louder and wider and more annoying than ever. So she's still calling out clothing brands. And her first call out was her arch nemesis, Ari, a clothing brand mostly marketed to teens. To be honest with you, man, if you're a brand that uses body positivity in your marketing, you should be size inclusive. Smile. I'm talking about you, Ari. Because how you talking about real bodies when you don't even make plus sizes? Ari.com. All right, so I'm confused about what is a plus size because when I go to Ari's, they don't only go to extra large. They go to extra, extra large. Like they want the extra mile for the extra body. Not so extra that they'll fit my 600-pound life. I don't know what weight Samira is at, but she is a bigger girl. So I'm guessing they don't fit Samira's body, but they will fit someone who's extra, extra large. People who are extra, extra large, I have to say congratulations because Samira's calling you skinny. You are a skinny queen. You are part of the Thin Mint crew. Because the way that Samira complains that extra extra large is not plus size or not big or small, I would think that you guys are toothpicks. Anyway, I did try to educate myself and see what plus sizes are definition wise, but I just got an array of different opinions and other people saying, how do you define plus size? So, I mean, I'm gonna ask you, how do you define plus size? Is extra extra large not plus size? Because most people are telling Samira that she's dumb. I'm 4'10", 110 pounds. Kick her out, she's thin. Nope, girl don't. Your opinion doesn't matter here, skinny. I basically need child sizes, but adult styles. Why would I complain that Torrid doesn't have my size when I can shop at other brands that are inclusive, right? I'm not gonna go to a store that's for like more thin people that do not have broad shoulders. Not only am I curvy, but I have a muscular body type, which a lot of things don't consider. My shoulders, I would feel like a muscular idiot if I went into a store or if I popped on my camera and complained about things not fitting me going into a store that I know that things don't fit me, which is pretty much what Maddie said here, but the responses are perfect. You're so dumb because you are able to find clothes way more than I can. They used the wrong then, it's than. My grammatically impaired ass caught that. That's a little bad. Kylie. Anyway, people are calling Samira stupid for not going to a clothing haul or a clothing store that accommodates her size, but she is reminding everyone that she is in fact not stupid. She's a college girl.
My high school resume that got me into Harvard. My high school resume that got me into Harvard.
So you might have thought that there was an editing error here, that I put the same clip twice. No, 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 I messed up. My editors didn't mess up. Nobody messed up. Those are two different videos. This is Samira's new series of I'm smart, you're dumb, I went to Harvard, you're fat phobic.
My high school stats that got me into Harvard. My high school resume that got me into Harvard.
And I absolutely love an educated woman. They can mash their words together almost effortlessly. But I do find it very ironic that she's always bragging about how smart she is, how many books she has read, while she runs into every little store complaining that nothing fits her and this is just how her body is, while she could easily crack open a nutrition book and just read one chapter about calories in versus calories out. She doesn't even need a book at this point. You can look up Google. They'll say it in one sentence. And I don't want anyone saying, well, Jeanette, no, we're gonna get to that part. And also, might I remind you about the 5 platters of whatever the hell she took home to eat in one sitting. We know she ate it in one sitting.
They said, big bag bitch, you want a snack?
Anyway, she would rather remind everyone else that they're dumb instead of just reducing her calories and then go to TJ Maxx and complain that the plus sizes are too far to walk to. Oh my God.
What I find so interesting about TJ Maxx's The Runway collection is that straight sizes exist both inside and outside of this collection, but their plus size offerings only exist outside of the runway. And let's take a trip to the plus size section, which is far.
Girl, that is like 20 steps at most. Let's not be dramatic here. She responded to some comments.
I fear there's bigger problems in the world.
Fat phobia.
Maybe because they get less shipment of plus size clothing because majority people aren't plus size.
The majority actually are plus size.
She is not wrong. The majority of at least America are obese. They have the obesity. In fact, we have a whole obesity epidemic. I saw it on the news and also when I go to Walmart. But the question really is do they buy the clothes though? From a business standpoint, they will sell what sells. And from what I get from my clients who are bigger, they usually don't want to invest in a lot of clothes because they want to lose weight and then get cute clothes. And I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of a bigger person. If I was bigger, I'm not focused on cute clothes. I'm focused on my knees not hurting. Finding TJ Maxx runway clothes would probably be the least of my worries and walking would be the most of my worries because most people aren't even walking these days. Also, Samira, you're ripping out of your clothes. How do I know this? Because you posted it. What the hell? What the hell? So you know that thing online when a fat person will say, obesity just runs in my family. I don't know why I'm obese. It's just how I am. And then some fitness person has to sprint over to them with their veins popping out and yell, ha! No one runs in your family! A lot of Samira's followers will say that in the comment section, and Samira has hinted about it in the past that you never know because like genetics, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But the funny thing is that both of her parents are not even 1/4 of the size of Samira. Yeah, that's right. People do run in Samira's family. Look at her mom. You would have thought that her mom would be shaped like Medea. But no, look at her. She looks like she takes care of herself. Her dad, you would think that he would be about to be casted on My 600-Pound Life. Absolutely not. Not even close. No, this man runs marathons. He likes to be active and get up and move. So much so that Samira had to invite her dad to play pickleball with her, one of the sports that I have been told is less impactful, and say, look guys, my dad's fit, but I'm fitter. I can beat his ass in pickleball.
Taking my daddy to play pickleball for the first time. You ready?
Yep.
He don't know what he doing.
Why is your poor daddy on the ground? Anyway, they had a good time because Samira won. At least that's what she told the camera.
Good game.
Okay. Well, now we're in a mile at an 8-minute pace. No, that's not even fair. I'd be heaving it whole in 8 minutes. That's pretty good for the average American to do. I want you to just run a 100-meter race against your dad. That's all. I do require you to get down in the sprinter start stand. You're gonna have to bend your knees. Like, I want you like down. And Samira, are you behaving? Let's put this sucker back on. Anyway, your daddy played your sport. Now it's time for you to play his sport. I would bet on it. And I would bet on her winning because I really wanted to bring this up because I personally think, this is just my opinion, I think Samira is a brat. A big old brat who got what she wanted all the time. I think she was her parents' pride and joy, and they showered her with love, which means they showered her with yeses. Can we take it back and remember us being in like high school, middle school, elementary school? There was always like that 1 or 2 kids that were obese and just a brat.
I'm starving!
There's nothing worse than a bratty kid. Then you put the obese aspect into it, and there was 1 or 2 at my school, and I remember her parents, they just loved her so much. She never heard the words no. And both of her parents were very fit people, but they never told her no. She could eat whatever she wanted, when she wanted, and as much as she wanted. And she got a lot of toys. And it didn't have to be her birthday or Christmas. Yes, I was jealous of that aspect. I wanted Beanie Babies, and she had all of them. But Samira just reminds me of those kids where the parents are fit, and then the child is not because they never tell them no. And I found this article. Did I tell you she was in People magazine? Yeah, her and her mom. My mother fought for me to play football when I wanted to play in high school. It gave me the power to want something. Women, let alone black plus-size women, are taught to shy away from our desires. I am not afraid to want something, and I'm not afraid to make that happen because of the strength of my mother. There has been other times that Samira talked about her mom and pretty much gave her all the credit as to how she got into so many things because her mom fought for her, and I found it so interesting that her mom will fight tooth and nail to make her daughter's dream come true, but she will not fight for her damn health and her knees and her fatty liver and the gut that can't fit into the clothing. She's ripping clothes. Like, if I had a child whose gut was just struggling to stay into an extra, I think this was like a 4X or 5X that she tried on. Maybe it's a 2X. I don't know, any of the X's. And she was struggling to put that on. There is no way that I would embrace this. That would break my heart, just as if I saw my daughter, son, whoever, look like Jack Skellington. Both would break my heart, both would make me sad, both would have me saying, we probably should do something about this. Not clapping my hands as she walks into stores where her gut can't fit into things. But with the amount of years that her parents have told her yes to absolutely everything and that she's absolutely amazing.
To my daughter, Samira, I love you. You were perfect to me.
I would only imagine they probably would fear that she would have a very intense reaction to her mom fighting for her health. So while her mom is fighting to make sure her daughter stays happy and I guess obese, Samira's out here fighting parking meters.
Why is there diet culture on the parking meters? Why do we have on the parking meters, sometimes I diet, don't feed me on the following holidays? Why are we promoting fat phobia and diet culture even on the parking meters?
You guys read parking meters? The way that I would just put the money in and go about my business.
In LA.
Wait, she's in LA? Okay, that makes a little bit more sense why she's so frustrated. Yeah, LA's definitely you're complaining about fat phobia in LA. LA's got a lot of phobias. Aging, being poor, and fat. Don't worry, they're scared of muscles too. The fact that she's complaining about fat phobia in LA, that's really funny.
It gets to a point. It really does get to a point. This is an issue and this needs to be fixed. West Hollywood, this is actually disgusting.
This is such a non-issue. You know what? I'm gonna just start going into public and complaining about random shit and make it relate to me being muscular.
Why are all these chairs built for soft people? My lats have nowhere to go. Society assumes everybody wants to be compressed. This is muscle erasure. No jeans ever fit my quad. I should wear pants like everybody else and get them from the shelf.
Ma'am, we have more quad-friendly sizes online.
Did you not hear the song? I shouldn't have to size up just because I respect leg day. Slim door frames are literally excluding people with shoulders. I shouldn't have to turn to the side to fit through it. That's muscle-phobic.
Yep, that's gonna be my content from now on. And you better follow me and you better not say anything negative about my content unless you wanna be muscle-phobic. And then I'm gonna have to tell you to read a book, which is exactly what Samira did after this got millions of views and people said, it's a parking meter. store, and Samira had to pull out those books again.
Parking meter. Let's talk about it. But actually, let's read about it.
Yeah, she pulled out pretty much the same exact books from the Cardi B episode, where everybody said that they're not gonna read the books, Samira, even the female version of Thomas Jefferson.
I'm not reading shit on fat phobia.
Which is what everybody said this time as well. And then she said, you guys aren't understanding. Here, let me go out in public again and show you. These things are everywhere. This is a problem.
Y'all thought it was just on one parking meter? No. It is on every single parking meter over here. I was just on Melrose and now I'm on Santa Monica Boulevard, and guess what? It's over here and over here.
And then when people still didn't understand the severity of this issue, she recommended more books.
Regardless of the parking meter, you should be reading about fat phobia. And I know I already gave some book recs, but there is one more I'd like to recommend. I'm looking for a children's book. Okay. It's called Big by Vashti Harrison.
Who else wants to bet that she's not really talking to an employee? She's probably just talking to one of her friends who have to sound interested in this conversation. Ooh.
Harrison? Perfect, thank you.
I just don't think a Barnes & Noble employee is gonna react with, ooh. They don't care. No, I'm sorry. I don't want to speak for the Barnes & Noble employees. Barnes & Noble employees in the comment section, do you care about this? Would you respond with, ooh? Or would you just be like, they're in aisle 45? It's a little far. Hope your knees are okay.
Now, what I really love about this book is that it shows how language affects people, especially at such a young age.
So I agree that certain language affects people, especially at a young age. But at this point, Samira, you're gonna have to read the books to people, because people aren't gonna go flock to the store and buy this because you said to do it. They are not your parent. These are the streets of the internet. These people do not read, they comment. I, in fact, though, do read, and I might pick up the book depending on the price. How much is it? Research team? $14. 2 shirts from Ross, or 1 book about obesity that Samira recommended. I'm at a loss here, you guys. I need you to make the decision for me. I don't know, Samira, you did block me, and I have never commented on anything she's ever done on TikTok. Anyway, not only is Samira out here in these YouTube or TikTok streets fighting parking meters, she's also fighting the government.
We should have federal protections. Against fat phobia.
Okay, is that all you needed to say?
Why?
Whoa, jeez.
Why doesn't it exist?
Samira, I don't know. I don't really watch her content. This is the first time I've watched it since the Cardi B thing, but I don't know, and this is a little tiring. Why does she keep staring at the camera after each, like, 6 words?
Because our own government leaders are fat phobic. Everybody is fat phobic.
Okay, so let's review. I'm gonna call this section things that are on Samira's hit list. Ari and their clothes, every other clothing store, pretty much, the government, Cardi B, parking meters, and Kim Kardashian. Wait, we'll get to that after a word from our sponsor, me. This video is sponsored by me and my small protein bakery. Grab some Yips donuts by clicking the link in the description or in the pinned comments. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, and now back to Samira. So Samira would be walking down the street and come across Kim's store.
So my sister is in town visiting me, say hello. And we have been trying to find matching pajamas somewhere in LA, but y'all know they don't got no plus sizes out here. We stopped and we saw Skims.
Sorry to stop it. I just wanted to reinforce the whole obesity runs in my family. Nobody runs in your family concept. Her sister is also thin. Anyway, they go inside Skims, which I find funny because Kim Kardashian's definitely fat phobic, duh. Samira has to play her theme song. And spoiler, the woman who is all about aesthetics, all about looks, and has publicly said that she starves herself to get into certain dresses, doesn't have anything to fit Samira's booty cheek. How is this surprising, Samira? What is this supposed to tell us? We already know.
Let's check. Extra large? No. Let's ask them the day before now. They only had a 2X available in the red.
It's not gonna work. It's simply not gonna work.
So we're moving on to Zen Blue. I'm not feeling really Zen. I'm feeling kind of stressed because I don't know if they're gonna have a big enough size for me.
She knows damn well that they aren't, but she makes it the most dramatic little segment I have ever seen.
Fits everybody. This is nice, simple. Okay, that's the extra large. We're about to go see if they got a 4X. Okay, we're still poking around. They're going to go see if they have anything in a 4X at all. Anything at all.
Anything.
Anything at all.
Like anything. Socks, anything.
Can you imagine if Samira continues on this path and then the socks don't fit her anymore? Like her feet are kind of like Tammy Slaton's forehead when it was at the brim of obesity and the fat didn't know where else to go and it picked the faux head. Like I remember when I lost weight and I wanted to lose weight around my thighs because, you know, the thigh chafe is unbearable. I got to the scale and I finally lost weight and I'm like, where is it getting off? And I started looking at my feet and my feet started showing results more than my thighs. That was annoying. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but yeah, my feet lost weight, which means that feet can gain weight. They can turn into pudgy little piggies. Anyway, they couldn't find anything, not even socks.
They had no 4X, so we left empty-handed. And
Where
that's
can
fine.
we find the 4X?
We're not, we're just it's give it up. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. Hair clips.
I'm still trying to figure out what that was supposed to prove, Samira.
I got a question.
Samira, what? What is your question?
Why wouldn't you want brands to be size inclusive?
Samira, I have a follow-up question to your question. Why don't you create your own clothing brand, right? It's been years. This can't be working. Or is it? We'll get there in a second. Something else Samira is still doing is that she's continuing the fight. The fight against airplane seats and making sure airports give free airplane seats to people of size like her for free. And she's also proudly still traveling while also proudly asking for a seatbelt extender because the seatbelts don't fit her anymore.
On today's episode of If It Look Like You Can Fit It, then you better go and get it. We gonna get
A belt extender. I am also going to use Southwest custom of size policy while I can because they are getting rid of it.
Oh yeah, if you haven't heard, Southwest is taking away the policy that she fought for. I don't know, she took it as a win. I remember her talking about it and a lot of people in the community talking about how Southwest is the best. They understand, you know, they're so size inclusive and they took it as a win because they get free seats to fit their butt cheeks. Free seats to fit them butt cheeks. Samira, if you use that, I get royalties because that's gotta be a song. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna sing it and you can rap on it because you know she raps. We can be a little duo.
Ooh, we shaking, they quaking, the brands are folding.
Anyway, they took the Southwest thing as a win. They loved it. People were complaining on the other side saying this is stupid, and then the obese people in the community were saying this is great. Southwest is like awesome. And then Southwest decided to snatch it off like a poorly glued on wig. Like this one. I don't like gluing my wigs down, so I like poorly glue it on because I don't like the feeling. Anyway, that's how they snatched it away. And it's so funny that they're taking it away because she got a little taste. She got a little wake up call in this video and it was kind of funny.
So I won't be able to use the customer of size policy today.
There's no seats available. You can't oversell the flight to accommodate you, and you have to get a second seat. You will have to cancel your ticket, and then you'll have to book with another airline.
I just love when a brat gets told no. I'm sorry, I did get enjoyment out of this. This has never happened to me before, and now I will never fly Southwest again. Well, it looks like you're on the path of not being able to fit. I don't think they're losing out here. And you're probably like, wow, Michelle, that was me. No. She eats a snack while she's complaining that she can't fit in an airplane seat while talking with her mouth open. I won't put the audio because it's kind of weird and gross and I hate mouth noises, but this is her talking with her mouth open. Anyway, she did end up going to where she needed to go, getting to her destination, but she went to Delta, which does not accommodate plus size people who can't fit. They recommend you buying 2 seats, and if you can't fit, you gotta get off. So she went there, and she knows the rules. She bought a first class ticket.
Southwest let me know they were unable to accommodate my size today. So I'm wondering if you all have any first class seats available to New Orleans.
Which is probably what she should have done in the first place, right? Like if I know I can't fit somewhere, I'm not gonna put it up to the other people to make sure that I'm accommodated, especially at the airport. Let me get to my destination. That place is just annoying. No need to make it more annoying. So after the Cardi B segment of Samira's life, many people would say that she's done, she's not coming back. She's just a little bratty baby that finally is off the internet. Well, what happens to bratty babies in the real world? Usually, especially if they're rich, they get exactly what they want. And Samira is. She's winning. Samira is now a model. She is now working with the top plus size model, Ashley Graham. Wait, not yet. And a few months ago, or maybe a year ago, she called out JCPenney for not having any plus sizes. And she has single-handedly, at least in her head, has gotten JCPenney to extend their sizes. And now now JCPenney's clothes fit Samira's butt cheeks. Let me introduce you to Ashley's Angels. She did a few posts with Ashley, and apparently they're friends. Point of view, you modeled alongside Ashley Graham, and then there they are. They're dancing on the JCPenney red carpet. Samira's doing her catwalk. They're hugging. Ashley's fixing Samira's jacket. And you know when a girl fixes you up to make sure you look appropriate, that's your girl. They are probably great friends. I mean, Ashley even commented, 8. Yeah, you know, I just feel like she should not have said that. It's just way too easy. I'm not even gonna read the comments. Okay, I kinda have to. A lot. See? I don't know. You know, like Ashley Graham, isn't she an LA girl? She's in the modeling industry. And I feel like a lot of people in LA or just in Hollywood in general, they still have that like mean girl aesthetic. Why would a plus size model that is like, she probably worked really hard to just get her foot in the modeling industry that is obviously very fat phobic, and they love thinness. Like they want you to look like a clothing hanger. Tyra Banks was saying like she was so skinny in my head, but in the modeling agency, Tyra was too hippie. Ashley probably still works out, eats a certain way. She had to really get into the modeling agency and probably got called fat a lot. And then here comes, what's her name again? Samira, complaining about clothes not fitting her very, very large butt cheeks. Tell me why a plus size model who knows Ashley, you know, you probably got joked around a lot about your size, would go on Samira, a girl who's known to rip clothing and can't fit into airplane seats, and say 8. Because I feel like Ashley knew that that was gonna be funny because Samira eats a lot. Oh, can we take it back to me pointing out she was carrying all that food really quick? If we wanna talk about like mean girl aesthetic, right? So her friends were pointing out, look how much food Samira got, and Samira goes, no, 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 no. I didn't get as much food as my fat friend over there. Look at her.
Oh, but it is Thanksgiving.
Can we zoom into her friend's face really quick? Her friend knows. She said, what? Because Samira has pretty much the same amount of food, if not more. Anyway, she like Bowser cackles after this because she is having a joy of a time. Anyway, Samira is winning. She might have had a little bit of a time when Cardi B came around and told her to shut the hell up and called her fat, but she was in People. She's an Ashley's Angel. She's eating whatever she wants. She got all that food over there, and she's giving speeches about health. No, not physical health, mental health. Because in Samira's world, mental health is way more important than, you know, your knees breaking and a fatty liver.
And I think that is a big aspect that is looked over, especially in my comment section and in all of our comment sections and in DMs. I replied to someone one time when they berated me with negativity, and they were talking about, but your health, you should care about your health. I said, if you care so much about my health, then what about my mental health? What about this message was actually considerate of my mental health, since you care so much about my health? You didn't ask anything about what time I went to bed last night. What time did you go to bed, by the way? Sleep is very important. Sleep is
Anyway, so now we know why she doesn't talk about physical health. Because according to Samira, bringing up physical health is pretty much bullying. That's what I got out of that conversation for the project Healthy Minds.
But I think that, you know, there is a big component of weight stigma and fat phobia that is not talked about, that is documented as being much more dangerous than weight itself.
That's right, you guys. People commenting on Samira's page where she goes into stores, rips clothing, can't fit into airplane seats, and complaining about parking meters being fat phobic, and tell her, well, maybe you should lose some weight because it's a little excessive, is a lot more painful than, I don't know, heart disease, mobility. But I think Samira is going to be successful no matter what. Why? Because her parents are rich. Rich parents will almost never let their children not be successful. So all you haters can kiss her ass while she goes down into a split.
Got 1,000,001 haters, and y'all can kiss my ass.
Hold on, I don't want to get copyright strike. She went all the way down. She touched her Cynthia to the floor, bounced it up a couple times, slapped her legs in the air, spread them legs again, and looked back. So, you know, that's more than what I can do. Let's try it. No. Bertha and Bertha would flop out, but people were super impressed. What can't you you do? Lose weight, pass parking meters without complaining. But that's only 2 things. I can't do a lot of things, like that split thing she did. But on that note, that's all I have for you today. But if you want more of me, Tia, Tamara, Bertha, Mirtha, doll skits, my dogs, and internet stories, make sure to check out The Woman Who Only Eats Sugar. How is her teeth still in her mouth? I guess you're gonna have to watch the video and see for yourself. Check it out, you guys. Let's hang some more. And also don't forget to check out my sponsor, me. I'll link it down below in my description, and I will see all of you guys next time. I have to go create a whole clothing company so that Samira can walk into my store and I can tell her no. They gotta have something here to fit you. Oh, look, I found a sock.
This don't fit me either.
Hello, did you find everything?
Nothing in your store fits me, not even the sock.
The socks don't fit you?
Nope.
Ma'am, our socks go all the way up to human grade.
Well, they don't fit me. Are you gonna accommodate me or not?
No. In fact, because our customer policy is petty, I'll be taking every single size off the rack except strawberry shortcake size.
No cake included.
Testing, testing, testing. Free seats to fit my butt cheeks. Free seats to fit my butt cheeks. That one. Even when they're magically unique. Free seats. Free seats. Free seats. No. Free seats. You gotta like roll into it. Free seats for our butt cheeks. Samira? We're gonna go with that one.
Free seats to fit my butt cheeks, especially when they're magically unique. Big and round, voluminous is our style as we strut down the airplane aisle. People laugh, they mock, they joke, but we just roll to our seats we go. They can glare, say what they want, but we got our free seats for our butt cheeks.